Hey, so today I want to talk a little bit about closing doors to things early and maybe how we shouldn't do that. And sometimes in my life when I've done that and probably shouldn't have. With this whole COVID-19 thing going on, I think we all have a lot more downtime, so we should be able to utilize it to do things that we didn't have time for before, which is one of the great benefits of this. So instead of, all of us laying around and crying, we should probably just find some hobbies that we didn't have before and build upon our skill sets here because we finally have time to invest in ourselves. So that's definitely the positive of this, and we should embrace that. And to the point of this video, we finally have time to do things we might have closed our doors to in the past. So let's open them, let's get into them, and see what kind of things we can get into while we're all boarded up in our homes. So I think a lot of times we end up closing off ourselves from certain things that otherwise could make us better. I think a lot of times we do this in the name of self-improvement or ethics or morality, but really we're just creating wedges between us and other people, which is the opposite of what we should be doing. So let's open the doors. I've closed doors a lot in my past. One of the biggest ones I can think of is I've closed my doors off to religion numerous times. I've devoted myself a lot to science in the past, and while I don't think that's wrong, I think science doesn't account for a lot of things. And I think a lot of times I've created kind of wedges between me and other people in my life by being so dismissive of religion and, oh, science is best. But the reality is that science doesn't know everything and there's things we can't explain. Now, that is the nature of science, but I don't see how ever letting a little mysticism into your life could harm it. I know I've found a lot of times where life is incredibly dull and I'm bored out of my mind, cynical, don't like anyone, don't like anything. Anytime I pause and open the door into religion and spirituality a little bit, let some mysticism in, and things get more interesting. It's nice to, imbue your life with a little bit of wonder. Another thing that's happened to me recently is I've stopped being vegan. So I was a hardcore militant vegan for probably almost a year, 10 months or so, and veganism for sure feels like a closed door. So while I don't doubt that people who eat 100% plant-based diets may be healthier, and it's probably better for the animals and the planet and all that, I fully acknowledge that. But it definitely drives a wedge between people. There's a car driving by very slowly, staring at me. But it definitely drives a wedge between people, so I feel like it's maybe not in your best social interest to be vegan. And for these reasons, I've decided to start murdering animals again and just seeing what that's about, being a murderer. All good so far. Although I felt great as a vegan, like physically, I can't help but think that I was probably an ass for an entire year when I could have been welcoming and embracing to people and giving them gentle nudges instead of trying to have them walk off a cliff if they, looked at a chicken in a bad way. There's a man out here spreading COVID-19, so I have to hide on the porch quietly. They went to the store. How dare they? Anyway, I've recently opened the door back to animal products again, and I feel better personally about it. I feel like I'm making more connections on social media with food already. Closing some doors, obviously, with some hardcore vegans, but they're not really my friends in the first place, so it's not a huge loss to me. So I guess the moral of the story here is now's a great time to go back and look at some doors you might have closed off in the past. Open them up, explore, see what's behind them. We've got all this time right now with everything being shut down. You might as well invest in yourself. Learn how to cook, learn how to work out, do some yoga, learn how to meditate, read some Bible, whatever floats your boat. Just don't be so close-minded to things. Open your mind, open some doors to you and other people. It's a good time, it's a good world. And that's all I've got to say. I'm going to go now. If you liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe. You can share it if you want. Put a comment down below if you liked it. Also put a comment down below if you didn't like it so that I can tell you why you're wrong and delete your comment. Looking forward to deleting your comment. Thanks so much. Bye.